Hello guys, it's FarmerBeavis yet again with another little mod roundup, and this time, as you can see, we're gonna look at the hooklift-pack. Yeah, that thing came out about 1 or 2 hours ago on Modhoster, so fresh off the press. And as you can see, we have a whole bunch of stuff in there. We have, of course, the Agroliner 3D hooklift chassis. And of course you can choose your color for that. We have a normal container, also color customizable. We have a flatbed, so you can haul tractors or machinery or pallets around. And of course we have a log platform. Yeah, all these things, as I said, are color customizable. You see, I try to pick some kind of different colors, but in the end I kinda always end up with the darker ones for whatever reason. But okay, I'm gonna show you guys now how this stuff works. We're gonna get into our trusty Magnum here and gonna hook up the first chassis with the container on it. We're just gonna drop it here in the middle of the yard. You of course have to make sure that you have the chassis selected, then you press B to put the tractor into high idle, so you have enough power to move the basically what you do is you activate the power takeoff, I guess, or the PTO. Then with the M and N key you can control the little hook lift arm. As you see, it extends, and we have the thing on the ground. Then we make sure that we have the container selected. We press Q to detach, and now we can pull forward a bit. And now we will you could raise the arm again. But as I wanna pick up another container, I just gonna leave the arm down and try to back up to the other container. As you see, we have normal lights, we have the indicators, we have hazards. Unfortunately, we don't seem to have a reverse light or working lights, other than the working lights on the tractor, of course. But maybe that is something that will come in a future version. And one thing that I found a bit irritating about this thing is that the steering axle also works in reverse, so that takes some getting used to. Because normally what the steering axle should do when you drive in reverse is stay locked. But yeah, that's also a minor detail, I guess. As you see, when we're picking up the container, the rear suspension is lowered. And yeah, now the thing is on there, and as you see, as it's a loaded container, the suspension gets compacted quite a bit. Yeah, and we are on the trailer. Now we're gonna deactivate the PTO, pull forward, and detach that thing here. And now we can move on to the next task. Yeah, now for the platform here. I mean, the concept is the same. It doesn't have a typical lock script like in like the platform or the trailers had in FS 2013. It's basically the same function as the low loader. As soon as you have the thing up and attached to the other machine, it will automatically lock the stuff in place, and it does a pretty good job at it, as we will see in a couple seconds once I have this thing fully on the ground. Yeah, one tip I already found out the hard way is if you want to load this thing, better leave it attached to the to the chassis or the tractor while running or while trying to load, because otherwise you will kick it around with the shear. Yeah, with the just by driving on there, especially when you're driving on, for example, with the rear tires first, then it can happen that you kick the platform around a bit. But if you leave it attached, as you saw, no problem at all. So we're gonna take that thing back up in the air, if I can push the right buttons. Yeah, and as you see, tractor is off the ground now, and we're going onto the hook lift chassis. And now once the thing is locked into place, we will activate our beacons and then go for a little test run. I mean, it locks pretty solid. You shouldn't make too harsh turns, of course, because of the sheer center of mass, so to speak, because the center of mass is very high now on the trailer with the tractor on there, and also the locking script doesn't really like to hold on to the thing through too crazy maneuvers. But if you drive carefully and sensible, you should be fine, and you should be able to get your load to where you want to go. Yeah, as you see, not really that big of a problem. Tractor, the pulling tractor slides around a bit downhill, but yeah, nothing too crazy. I mean, it's a heavy trailer, and the tractor itself that's on there also has a bit of weight, so yeah, it's to be expected that it pushes a bit. Yeah, we will just gonna let this or leave this here. One thing I have discovered, if you leave stuff on the platform and you go do something else and come back to it while it's on the chassis, it can happen that the stuff slides around a bit. But yeah, so if you plan to leave it, if you plan to leave the stuff alone for longer, maybe it's better to unload it. But yeah, then we come to our last implement here, which I really like. That's the logging platform. As you see, we have chains in the back, and if we select the thing, we have the possibility to open the rear end or to release the chains. And what that does is, you see, when I now go here and start tilting the platform, which will happen any second now once the thing gets up to speed. You see that the locks are still being held and are not sliding out of the construction. But as soon as I release the chains, of course I should select the actual implement. As soon as I release the chains, they can slide out. So yeah, basically what the chains do is they create somewhat of a solid boundary back here, so the locks don't fall out while transporting. And if you wonder what size of locks you can put into, if you're using the Scorpion or the Scorpion King is the automatic harvester, the maximum it can take is 5-meter locks. So yeah, these are, as you maybe can see, these are hand cut with the chainsaw. I just pulled the thing up next to the tree, and yeah, kinda worked by eye measure, or whatever you want to say, or by rule of thumb. Yeah, and as you see now, the thing here has moved a bit. Yeah, as I said, you might wanna put that to the ground if you intend to leave it alone for longer. Yeah, that's about it already for this little mod pack. Link will be in the description as always. I mean, it's pretty cool that we have hook lift stuff in the game now, because personally I'm a big fan of hook lift stuff. But yeah, as always, I thank you guys very much for your time, and I catch you later.